You know, while I was doing the floor in there, I got a bad case of the well, while I'm here, I might as well's. Yep. So I took the entire dash out of the car. Now let's make it look new again. It's been a kind of an adventure. Let's get right at it. Welcome back to Treerow Rescue. Oof, those gauges were scary. Okay, so I did a whole bunch of disassembly. This is going to be a really short episode because I was actually working on this while we were open here at AVM, and due to HIPAA I can't record or anything like that while customers are in the building. But anyway, I got it all apart and I didn't break anything. Can you believe it? I mean, I even got the lens off of the original gauges. Like, this car is 100% original except for all the stuff that I did. Basically the body and the interior is original. Anyway, let me show you what I've done. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to clean this up. And what I've got to clean all of this material up is I have some 1000 grit Scotch-Brite, essentially, some SOS pads and Quad Zero. And I'm going to, all you're wanting to do is just take the rust off and all the grime and the garbage off of it. And then we'll primer this and paint it. I actually found the equivalent to willow green, which is Seafoam or Laura Mist or something like that. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But the factory color here is willow green, and GM wants a pretty penny for a spray can of willow green. 50 something dollars. No thank you. I found some on Amazon and I put it up to it and I'm like, yeah, that's the same color. So I ordered that. We're going to see how it goes. What we're going to do here is get it all under primer, and all you want to do is just clean it and then come by and primer it. I mean, technically you could re-clear this after we get done, but there's a lot of rust on here that I want to get off. You know, it's like I was saying a minute ago. Well, while I'm here, I might as well do this. Yeah, this is one of those. But this is supposed to be silver, right? Like that. Chrome. And what I'm going to do is use the same Scotch-Brite, scuff it up, clean it. That way the paint has something to hold on to. And you know that cheap chrome paint that you can get? Well, I used that on the grill of the Suburban. Came out beautiful after about 3 or 4 coats. First coat was garbage, but after about 3 coats, it looks really good, surprisingly. Do a light sand, hit it again, do a light sand, hit it again, and then you get that chrome look. Is it super shiny? Absolutely not. It's nothing like the can. But it does give it this factory gray color. So I'm going to go with that. That's going to look good. So I'm going to clean all this stuff up. And once I get it clean, we'll spray coat primer. I cannot talk this morning. Primer on it. And go from there. That paint that I ordered should be here in a couple of days. So it'll be a couple of days before I can paint it. But it'll be seconds for you. Let me get to cleaning this up. So I have got those pieces cleaned up and with some rust fix, whatever you want to call it. On this, I'm doing something kind of interesting. So as you can see, where the radio goes, I painted satin black. All of it. I don't care that it got on where the silver is supposed to go or not. And that's because whenever I spray on the silver, okay, After it dries, I'm going to come back with a small piece of fine sandpaper and sand on this, just touching the tops of the ridges. And that's going to bleed that black through, and it's going to be silver with black lines. Or I might just tape it off after it dries. If I like the way that it looks in contrast with the silver, I might just tape it off and leave it like that. I think it looks really cool, but I also think it'd look really cool with the black lines, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I might just tape it off. That actually looks really good, don't it? I know it's hard for you to see. Yeah, you can't see. Anyway, I'll probably end up taping that off. Yeah. This, what I've done here, if you notice, this is the lens. Really super clear. I used the headlight cleaning kit on that. This is the underneath the steering column. This is the ashtray. I already put the stainless back on it. That's kind of gone, but I did paint it. Top of the column. There we go. Look at that glove box. B pillars above the windshield. A pillars. And over here, you know how I showed you that I painted that? That turned out really good. Now watch this. Let's see if I can get it out of here. Bam. Look at that. All looks brand new. And what I got, there's the old rad to the Impala, is I went to my local paint shop. And I asked them, I said, hey, can you match me up GM Double H from 1966? And they go, yeah. Willow green metal flake? Or willow green metallic? I go, yes, that's what I need. And this is what they gave me. Absolutely perfect color match. And I kind of went ham. Anyway, I know everything's a little bit of a mess, but I'm moving right along here. Let me shine this in here. This is only one coat. I mean, don't mind any of that stuff. That in there, yeah, I'll take care of that later. But man, they knocked it out of the park. So while I'm waiting on that to dry, I'm going to reassemble my dash bezel, the gauge bezel. I have my gauge bezel already installed. I'm going to install my gauges. I have a bucket of screws here, gauges. Whenever reinstalling your lens, make sure that it's really super clean, because you don't want to risk taking this back off. What I did, how I got it to kind of stay here, is I put some office tape on the very lower edge. I mean, you can't even see it, on each side, to hold the lens in place. And this is kind of a tedious operation. The top will never get seen, so I don't have to be real super careful with the top. I just got to be real super careful when installing this and not scratch it up. And then lining up my dowels just like that. Yep, both of those are lined up. I can set this forward. Oh, it's scary. Why is it scary? Because I don't want to hurt it at all. I have some dowels on the bezel here that'll go into a couple of squares. See here, you kind of heard that click in place. That looks good. Now I got to get my screws. I got to remember what screws it is. I'm not prepared. Start the one in the center with a bit driver, no power tool, because you're going into plastic. Come on, hurry up. Here we go. There we go, snug as a bug and a rug. Now I can let go of it and kind of move through it a little quicker. Using 2 hands. Yep. It was nerve-wracking taking all this apart. Because if I break it, I can only get a China repop. If that. And I don't want that. American made. This car was manufactured in Detroit. You can tell that by the VIN tag on the cowl. Okay, we're there. I need to flip this over. And then tighten. Shh. I dropped my wife's tape. I stole that off her desk. I found it. It is over there where we're refurbishing a wheelchair for a customer. An old classic wheelchair that's no longer manufactured. But he really likes the style. We're bringing it back around for him. So not only do I do cars, but at AVM, we do wheelchairs. The customer wants an old classic wheelchair refurbished, if we can find the parts, which typically is a difficult thing to do. But they're out there if you know where to search. We'll also restore a power wheelchair. We've done several in the years. One of the few that do. Most people are like, no, can't get parts for it. Blah, 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 blah. You can't call a manufacturer for these parts now, can you? Hey Chevy, I need a dash cluster for a 1966 Impala. You know what answer you're going to get hit with? Sorry, bud. One of the biggest things that I want out of this channel, yes, I'm going to help out the car community and save cars and get them back on the road and all of that stuff. But one of the biggest things that I want is I want to be able to take a lot of the funds from this channel and invest it into AVM. That way I can help people and purchase mobility equipment that they couldn't afford themselves, or that Medicare, Medicaid has taken 8, 10, 12 months to get them, and give them what they need. Give them. Not sell it, not do any of this stuff for profit or make them pay for anything. Give it to them to help them keep their independence, because that's going to help their health, their way of life, their meaning. They'll have their freedom. And there's so many companies out there that don't do that, that only see it for dollar signs, because you put durable medical equipment in front of anything and it jacks the price up so sky high, it's ridiculous. I want to give these people a chance to continue living their free lives. Taking the income from this channel, dumping it into AVM, purchasing this equipment, and giving it to them. Free of charge. And a hug. A hug. Anyway, back on this, that's kind of a little bit of who I am. I love to help people. And I want to help people in ways that I specialize in, because I'm good at it and I'm comfortable doing it. Anyway, check this out. Fully installed. Nice and solid. And I just got to clean it up, wipe it down. It's going to be pretty. I drop stuff. I can't be dropping stuff. There's no gap along the bottom, which is fantastic. You know how much this cost me? $10 in paint. Oh, I lied. I totally lied. If you break it down piece by piece, just a few dollars. This is the OEM paint, like I was telling you, from Automotive Paint and Supply here in Ocala. Man, they matched this paint up so perfectly. $22 for a can of aerosol factory double H willow green metallic. Brand new. And I did it all myself, and you watched me do it. Well, kind of didn't watch me sand it down, but you can imagine, sand it down, quad zero, SOS pads, clean it up, get all the debris off of it, tape off what you want to color, a different color. There you go. Brand new dash for, let's just say, 20 bucks. And I have an idea about the dash. I don't think that this stuff is going to work. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to slide this in place. I have an idea. Yeah, it's stuck. Because this dash is just, it's just gone, okay? It ain't nothing I could do, and they're $500. So let me slide this in place, kind of get it, are this things through? They are. And here's my idea. You see how crappy that looks? I have a piece of carpet. It's black. Why can't we just make our own dash pad cover? Shove it all the way in, get it nice and flat, centered up. And trim it to where it'll fit. Can we do that? Coming in. Scarily. I'm scared. I don't want to scratch it, and I don't want to scratch my dash itself. Worked hard on it. Gentle. All the way up. Oh, easy does it. Oh, don't scratch it. That's about, oh no. Don't you scratch it. Oh, it's scary because I worked so hard on it. And that looks good. Now we can kind of dip this around, just kind of shove this in. Is it going to be perfect? By no means. Is it going to do what we need it to do? Cover up the ugly that is the top of the dash? Yes. But we got to be careful not to pull it away from the windshield. That's going to kind of be the hard part. Make sure that it's still all the way up there. It's all about saving money, you know? I mean, it's kind of a talking point. Yeah, I made my own dash cover. You know, as long as this sits up here nicely, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Absolutely phenomenal. Even got the A-pillars up. Looking good. B-pillar. Looking good. And I temporarily put the steering wheel on just so I can move it back and forth because we got to go up in the air next. So check this out. Bing. Yeah. Bing. I took a little spring out of a component here in the shop that's not really needed. And it was actually going to be thrown away. And I wound it in where I believe was the glove box light or the original glove box spring. And I just, yes. Yeah. Well, how's that look? I know I still got to put the radio in. What do you think? What do you think about the dash pad here? It's just something to get us by until we do a full restore. These are $500. The dash pad. No thanks. The stainless came out really nice. And I think that's going to be something else. So I think that's going to do it for this episode. I know it was kind of boring, but look at the transformation from here to what it was here. I think a lot of hard work paid off because this looks absolutely phenomenal. And I'm super happy. I'm beside myself. This has been something else for me. This car has got me through some things, you know, even though I've been working on it the whole time. It was driving and, you know, and here we are, we're doing something. I really appreciate you guys for letting this happen. I cannot wait to drive this car all over the place. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a hot rod, but it's going to be an easy driving hot rod. It's just, it's beautiful. All right, carrying on. Tune in next week for another episode. We're going to do some pedals. We got to finish up the hot side. I'm still waiting on a part. It got lost in shipping, and I can't help it. But as soon as we can, we will get back to the hot side and show you guys what's going on there. I mean, yep, that's going to be fun. But yeah, we got to do a pedal assembly, and you're not going to believe what I found out just by eyeballing what other vehicle pedal assembly will bolt right into here. But find out on the next episode of Treerow Rescue. I appreciate you watching, appreciate you hanging out, and thank you guys for allowing me to do this. It's because of you is why I'm able to, and I thank you guys. I can't stress enough how much I appreciate it. Anyway, big things may be coming my way. I don't know. We'll see. Hang around and find out. But we'll see you next time right here on Treerow. See ya.